Hi guys, now we are going to see about a tension ratio of a bell drive. To be specifically, it is the what is the tension present in an open bell drive. So before talking about this, we want to know how the open bell drive, what are the tensions, how it is acting on the tight side or what is in a slack side or how it looks like. So for example, if you are taking in this open bell drive, in this case of an open bell drive, which is rotating in a clockwise direction, So here if you take it from a point of a driver pulley, so how it looks like? This side, the bottom side, or this will be in a tight side, or the upside is called as in a slack side or in a loose side. So here whatever the tension it is there on the slack side, it will be less than the tight side. So here for example, if we take on a slack side, if tension is in a T, then obviously at a tight side we will be having a plus delta T. So here now if you see for an open bell drive, when it is rotating in a clockwise direction, the top side it will be in a slack side with less tension, on the bottom side it will be having within a more tension. So this is nothing but the driven pulley whatever we are seeing in an open bell drive. So here if we see what are the forces acting on this, as we see the tight side and a slack side. So tight side it will be a T1, slack side it will be a T2, or we will be taking tension as a T, and a force which is acting as a friction is called as an F, and what is in a normal reaction it is called as an R. So totally we are having only three forces. One is frictional force, one is normal reaction, as well as one is the tension. So now we will be going to see how these are going to be working. So here if you see the tension will be more at a tight side compared to a slack side. So slack side we will be taking it as a T, and tight side we will be taking it as a T plus delta T. And here what is in a theta? The theta is nothing but it is an angle of an arc where the belt is in contact with the pulley. So here from somewhere we want to take it where it is acting as a normal reaction or in a frictional force. So for that we will be taking it as a PQ, or we will be taking as a delta theta as an angle. So typically this delta theta will be very small one, but for an understanding we are taking it as a point from here to here for explaining it in a better way. So now if we see what is in a T, T is nothing but tension. So in that we will be having a tension at a slack side as a T, and tension at a tight side it will be with a T plus delta T. And what is an R? R is nothing but a normal reaction. What is an F? F is nothing but it is a frictional force acting on the tangential to the pulley. So frictional force will be taking it as a constant value of a mu R. For a frictional force it will be taking as a mu R. So here now what we will be doing is we will be taking the horizontal forces and resolving the horizontal forces, as well as we are taking the vertical forces and resolving the vertical forces. So now first case I will be taking it as a horizontal forces. So what are the horizontal forces here I am having? So here I will be having a horizontal forces of a T plus sine delta theta by 2, as well as T plus delta T sine delta theta by 2, that is equal to R, because we are having a horizontal, we are having it as a, so this R is nothing but the horizontal forces on the right side we are having only the R, but if we are taking a left side of it, from the slack side I am having a T sine delta theta by 2, and from the tight side I am having a T plus delta T sine delta theta by 2. This is nothing but if I am expanding it, it will be coming as a this T plus delta T, it will be multiplied with sine theta delta theta by 2. And here we know that since delta theta by 2 is a very small one, so since it is a small one, so what we will be taking, if we will be taking a sine delta theta by 2 is equal to delta theta by 2 directly we are taking. So what will happen here, we are eliminating the sine, so that we will be getting T plus delta theta by 2. So here since delta theta by 2 is a very small one, we will be neglecting delta T plus delta theta by 2. So what we will be getting, we will be getting R is equal to 2T delta theta by 2. So if this 2 and 2 cancels, So what I will be getting, r is equal to t delta theta. So this is nothing but it's in a first equation. So by resolving of a horizontal forces, I am getting r is equal to t delta theta. So now in the similar fashion, we will be resolving the vertical forces. So what are the vertical forces we are having? Vertical forces, we are having a frictional force of an F is equal to mu r, as well as we are having a t cos delta theta, which is on the delta theta by 2, which is on the upward direction from a slack side, and as well as the bottom one, this will be going as in a tight side, it is t plus delta theta by cos delta theta by 2. So now just we are expanding this one. So we will be getting, what we will be getting, the similarly just t cos delta theta by 2 plus mu r t cos delta theta by 2 plus delta t into this one. So here what we will be doing is since delta theta by 2 is very small, we are considering cos delta theta by 2 is equal to 1. So in this case, what it will become? It will become as a t plus mu r plus t plus delta t. So here what we are having? We are getting, since t and t gets cancelled, mu r is equal to delta theta, or r is equal to delta theta by 2. This becomes an equation 2. In the previous equation, what we got? In the previous equation, we got r is equal to delta theta, that is equation 1. In the equation 2, we got r is equal to delta theta by mu. So now we are equating the equation 1 as well as equation 2. So what we will be getting? T delta theta by mu is equal to this one we are getting. So here we can rewrite this one as into delta theta by t is equal to mu theta. This is nothing but the mu has been gone this side and t has been come in the down. So now if you are integrating it between the limits of a tension of a side or in a slack side, or in a from T1 to T2, or from 0 to theta. So how it will become? It will become from a T22 by T1 into delta T by T. So that will be, if we are getting it from a 0 to theta, it will become integral of 0 to theta and then coming to mu delta theta. So when we are taking it as in a logarithm, so it will become, it will becoming into a log of T1 by 2 is equal to mu theta, or if it will be getting it as an T1 by T2 is equal to e power mu theta. When we are taking it as an exponential, it will be getting as an T1 by T2 is equal to e power mu theta.